All right, it's the CARESNONE Be Dope podcast. I am your host, Chris CARESNONE, and I got my co-host, Derek Fisher. What's up, baby?
What's going on, baby? Why?
Nothing good, man. We good. We also got Tom in the house.
Yeah.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there.
I missed you, man.
I missed you too.
I know, it's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Yeah.
We've talked though, kind
Chris was upset because his last episode didn't work
well,
out.
no, we can still figure it out. And then we have a new guest today, Reggie.
How y'all doing, Reggie Bishop? Yep.
Tell them. Okay, so let me tell you why you're on the show.
No. First of all, happy birthday.
Oh, that's right. As a matter of fact,
Appreciate y'all.
Come on now, let's start that off first and foremost. Let's right? Can I goddamn appreciate
wait,
you?
so it's not like happy birthday, but
Yeah. Appreciate
I
you.
want to bring
Oh,
something.
merch. Oh, shit.
Nice.
A little something, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
So happy birthday, kind of.
Appreciate you.
Turn up.
All
The
right.
big, what you said,
Yeah, we gonna
26?
Yep, 26.
Grown. I remember when I was 26, man. Like 40 years ago, it feels like. Hey, this shit comes fast, bro.
Man, I remember my dad was telling me I was going to be, 21? I was like 16. I said, I'm 26 already. Like, this shit was going fast.
Especially in the last, since like the pandemic's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
The pandemic was 2 years ago, y'all.
This shit's still in, but I see what you mean.
So anyway, Reggie, we was playing ball. Reggie plays ball at the export that I play at.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Reggie got some game, y'all. Like, for real, he can hoop. I ain't even just saying that. You know how niggas don't be letting him, like, no, I'm better. No, the motherfucker hoop.
Appreciate it.
I would say, and this is real talk, out of all the people, all the years I've played in there, I would say you're probably in the top 5 that I enjoy watching play.
Appreciate
Like,
that.
and you come with that like a good fun energy vibe, whereas like some niggas that can hoop there that come with like this attitude.
Yeah, like they got it all. They
Yeah,
can do
it's
it
like,
all.
oh yeah, export. They relax.
Like finna get paid.
But you really got some game though.
Appreciate that.
So we was like fucking around one day, and somehow our Instagrams got brought up, and he was like, "Oh, what you do? What I do?" And he markets.
Yeah.
So tell us like exactly what you do on the whole IG tip, whole internet thing.
So I do digital marketing as far as like small business. So as far as building sales funnels, driving ad campaigns to markets and stuff like that. We also do organic traffic as well, and then we also got our website development company. So,
And how long you been doing that?
for about 5 years.
Oh, so you been in it.
Yeah,
You've been in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why. And then I'll let you know how I met Derek.
Okay.
We were working at the same restaurant. What year was that?
Where y'all was at?
White Chocolate Grill.
Yeah, White Chocolate Grill in
Naperville.
Yep.
Hey, that's
2015? Sorry about that.
That was a minute ago.
2015?
yeah.
So
White Chocolate Grill.
White Chocolate Grill.
That's my favorite restaurant.
Swear to God.
If you ask my mama right now, my
the
dad,
Expressway?
that's my favorite in Naperville. I love the white
that's-
chocolate brownie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
No,
I
the
haven't
food
heard that
there
in a
is
while.
excellent.
Yeah, it
I
was
always get
excellent.
the ribs and fries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that meal.
They
Well, I
do the
haven't
rib-
thought about that forever.
Yeah.
Crazy. Here's how. Before we get on topic, the reason why white chocolate's good in Naperville, Illinois, in my opinion, every morning they test every single item to make sure that it's ready, and if it ain't ready or ready, like if it ain't perfect to their standards, they cut it off the menu until they fix it. Every morning, so the food expo dude will go in there and taste every sauce, and if it's a little off, they throw it away. So I feel like it's consistent as hell.
And in the system, too.
I mean, even like the salmon, they cook all the meats and they make sure it tastes as seasoned right. I'm like, damn. They said something like, I don't know, $50-something thousand a year to do that, just to make sure it's on point. So to me, that just shows
The quality.
The quality.
Yeah.
Because you're willing. Like
I'm a picky ass eater.
So like, let me ask you this: on a scale of 1 through 10, 10 being the pickiest of all time, what number would you say you are?
I'm getting a little bit better. So I'll say like I used to be like a 9. I give myself like
Oh,
that.
you was real brutal?
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause I don't even-
what
I ain't
level though?
like-
what does that really translate to?
Yeah, I was gonna
Like,
say,
like
what is that?
I ain't
What
never
do
had a
you-
burger before. Like because it don't even look right. Like a McDonald's, I don't even because it don't.
Wait,
I'm
you-
just
wait,
picky.
Like an actual just burger.
Burger.
Not
Wait.
from McDonald's.
burger,
Not even just
period.
like a plain,
Wait,
just
wait,
with
wait,
cheese.
wait.
Or
You
something.
American and never had a
burger.
You've never had a damn cheeseburger?
No.
That's crazy.
That shit look nasty. Like the cheese, and then with me, like I be thinking about shit like cheese. It'd be like processed, and I don't be wanting.
I'll give you
that.
that.
as a kid.
Yeah, like you know, as a
See
kid
that
it was
process
worse.
is- I was foul as a kid.
A
I
burger I
as
thought
a-
would have
as
been
a
like
kid, it was
something
worse.
easy to that would have been like a normal thing that
I thought your parents would have fed you that by
unless they tried and you just didn't like it.
To get it to me, but I'm
you probably one of those babies like
simple. The fries, chicken nuggets, chicken. You been pizza.
You one of those?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to get some greens in there, baby.
I love greens. That's what
not greens, like vegetables.
I love vegetables. Nah, for real, I love vegetables. I love like broccoli. I love asparagus. I love.
So you like all your veggies?
Cool.
Nah, I love
not all. How you like? You like beans?
Yeah, depending on how you cook it. Yeah.
Okay. D, do you like beans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with beans.
I fuck with beans.
I eat like a lot of black beans.
Y'all about to say you like black beans?
Chickpeas.
I mean, I just had chilies a couple nights ago, so.
Spicy?
I eat couscous, all type of shit.
Mild.
Wait, hold on. Couscous, that's some,
I was about to say couscous ain't a bean, right?
I mean, I'm just saying.
I think it's a grain, but it's different.
It is some different
It's
shit.
like quinoa kind of, right?
Yeah, quinoa. Quinoa.
Quinoa.
It's quinoa.
Is it? I thought it was quinoa.
No, it is quinoa. It is quinoa. No, I'm just
It's dumbass people do, you know.
No, yeah.
My dad does
especially
shit
working
like
in a
that.
restaurant, we heard all kind of shit.
He'll always call it, quinoa.
Quinoa.
So we say quinoa at our house just as like for the memes now, you know.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I think I say that all the time too, just fucking around. All right, so
Fuck me up.
Hold on, before we leave this topic of food, how y'all ever been in a photo de Chayo?
Fuck with
for the
child.
chow, yeah.
All right, that's one of my favorite meat places, though.
That's because they just meat.
It's just meat. You don't gotta do shit else, right?
My homie Devin took me that.
Wait, do you ever go in first and get the little salad bar?
Nah. I can't do that because
And they ain't even made for like they sounded probably huffy.
Would you eat food at a buffet?
yeah.
Okay.
It depends what type of buffet, like a Golden Corral or something like that. Yeah.
You ever been to like a nice one like in Vegas?
Nah.
Them motherfuckers
Last time
is
I've been to
different.
Vegas, low key, the last time in Vegas, I was like, I was like 10.
Oh, you ain't been there like
Yeah,
grown?
I ain't been-
gotta go to
I've
Vegas
been
as an
grown.
adult.
I've been to the same place: Atlanta, Miami, Cali, and
Oh, okay. So
Texas.
Like, as far as clubs and shit, it's like the same thing, I would imagine. Like
Yeah.
Miami clubs. You been to a Miami club like since you've been grown?
Nah, the Miami Cali mansion parties and stuff like that, or like penthouses, but like not a club, like not that scene. They're like on the strip. I mean, it be on the strip, but not like the actual club.
Yeah.
Though in Miami, that's the only one. By Atlanta is lit.
I can imagine Atlanta's
That's
just
my
fucking.
favorite.
Is
I'm
it
moving to Atlanta. Yeah. It's lit.
Wait, when?
I'm supposed to be moving next year in March.
You gonna do it for sure?
Yeah, for sure. I know most people be talking about they gonna move. What you gonna see? I mean,
it took me forever to finally get to the city. I've been talking that for since I've known you. I'm coming. I'm coming. It's
Nah,
been like 7
sometimes, I
years.
mean, because you be going through stuff though sometimes, so it might take a little longer than what you expected. But as long as you got a plan, though, you be good.
You know what? That's actually a great segue because that's one thing I'm now trying to get into is setting plans and having like a strategy. Me and Derek like having like a strategic thing because if we don't have like the destination and we don't think about the destination, then I feel like you're like aimlessly moving through life.
Yeah, and you
So
don't know where you're going, what direction you're going into. Yeah,
And so that now I finally understand what they mean by goals.
I done had that before. Like you gotta realize, put your goals and everything on paper, and then have a date to it. You just can't be saying I want to do this and then just let that be. You gotta actually set that, put it on paper, and put it down.
and then think.
Yeah.
And like to sit and then don't look at your phone. Don't be bullshitting. And it's hard as fuck.
That's hard because TikTok and Instagram algorithms and
that shit is great.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I've been on TikTok for I thought I was on there for 5 minutes, been a whole 30 minutes, an hour. I don't. Yeah.
I feel like a crackhead. I'd be like, all right, man, when it says 11:32, put the phone down. And it'd be like 11:40.
then the next video come out. Yeah.
How do you are you addicted to social media like the rest of us?
I'm decently bad. I think my Achilles heel is like it's a morning, like
you
when
can put it
before
down.
I wake up, and like evening thing. But I notice when there's like little moments in my day where I'm like waiting for like a video to export or something like that, like I immediately grabbing my phone.
Yeah,
I
right.
did delete Facebook off my phone. I still have Instagram, so I'll still do that.
Yeah.
But like I tried.
Why'd you delete Facebook?
Because I was like, it was such an impulsive thing. Like I touched my phone, it was like boom to Facebook. Like
Oh,
my
hey,
muscle
I know
memory
exactly what
would
you
kick
mean.
in, and I just like I didn't like.
So you just
that.
kicking the habit.
Yeah, so like I'll still go on Facebook like on my desktop, you know, but like I don't have it on my phone because it would just, and especially with the pings and shit, like I'm not Instagram famous at all, so like I don't get much. But like on Facebook, you know, it's like you'd always get notifications. and I just
Now I'll
wasn't
tell
buying
you
it.
this
Because
one.
the algorithm different.
Yeah.
With the pings, because let's say you have a video that goes viral, and I've had a few of those. It almost, because it happens so fast, you don't even realize it. And then, but like if you're looking at your phone, you'll just see like, but it doesn't really. Yeah. I feel like it doesn't bother me. The pings don't really bother you, or you get used to it.
I know you get a lot of them.
That's what I'm saying.
CARESNONE
but I say, but what happens is it really gets to a point, and this actually sounds kind of fucked up. Actually, now that I think about it,
it's a psychology thing though.
Yeah, it's almost like
that's why
you just like assume that it's gonna come because you've put the work in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I know the views are gonna come because the analytics have been saying that the views are, you know.
Just like today, I knew today my birthday. Facebook gonna algorithm that a lot. I know I'm gonna get a lot of pings. So at first I kept checking my phone. I kept getting a ping like every couple seconds. But it was like you gotta just know the algorithm of it. That's when I come and play as far as marketing tips and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that's when
like you go through the business
algorithm. Yeah. I gotta figure out what's your goal is, and then figure out like what you're doing wrong right now. And do your Facebook or do your website is everything up to par, and then we go from there.
So you talking about like you do the ads, or would you say ads is marketing?
Yeah, ad campaigns. Yeah. So it's
because that's the killer right there, right? Once you learn that,
understand that like people be on Facebook. That's good when you start out because you need organic followers when you first start out to get that following. But then at some point, you're going to have to 10x your shit, you're going to have to market your shit. You ain't never seen that one person that's big right now who has never paid, that have not done paid advertisement yet.
Yeah, even with me, how I had, and for anybody who's trying to grow their own social media, you have to consider paying for promo.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Using other influencers on the pages. You can go through the platform.
Right.
But then they kind of charge more. There's another way to do it by going through influencers. That's what I did. Mm-hmm. So one, you have to have a good product. So at the end of the day, you can't just be out here trash. But then two, I'm serious, because then people hit me up like, man, put me on. And then you be like, damn, you ain't even one. Hear about this. If you watching this, don't come to me and say, put me on, and you ain't got one video online. Is that you got to show me that you gonna work. I'm not gonna do the work for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
the main thing.
Is that what you're experiencing?
You get that. I think people trying to come up, and it's like, that's cool. I'll put you on, but show me that you want it.
Nah, people just trying to come up fast. Like they don't know what they want to do. Like they see one person do one thing and it look good, but then when they got to do the work, it slow down. So like you can tell the people that really want to do what they want to do. So
when do people normally approach you? At what process do they normally try to get at you and try to get some business from you? So what would you recommend, or how does that work for you?
So most of the time when people try to get business from me is when they have like already a kind of a following and they have like a budget behind you, because it's not cheap. So if, like on average though,
what we talking? Let's talk numbers. Let's talk actual numbers with it.
So it varies though. So if we talking about like pricing and stuff like that, just for your ad spend, we're talking about at least, and this on minimum, at least $500 a month, and that's not even including like the work behind it. To where we charge $600 to $1,000 a month for what we do on top of the $600 you got to pay.
Right.
So that's $1,600 a month.
Right.
So what you got to do is you gotta find out who your target audience is and go after them people.
Right. So you want them to come in with a target audience already in mind.
Yeah, they gotta have a goal, because I don't really start. Because when I first started off, I did like small business like that. Just started
absolutely,
off.
Right.
So like, but those people like they just starting off. They don't got nothing set in stone yet. So when they get something set in stone to it, like it could be like a small platform. After that platform, that I can 10x that, and then after that, then we can grow, and then after that, we figure out what we can do from there as far as compensation.
Right.
So somebody comes and they're like, I have an idea, but I don't know my target audience. Would you tell them to go figure it out, or do you have a way to help them find it?
So we got a consultation that we can figure out who your target audience is. So we'll figure out who that is, because without knowing who your target audience is, you can't market. Like there's no way. Like you got to figure out who your target audience is. Like if you selling like Lamborghini and stuff, you can't go to Facebook, because you don't really see no Lamborghini ads on Facebook, because that audience is not where Lamborghini is.
Let's use that as an example. If somebody were trying to sell Lamborghinis, or let's say this, my brother actually has this thing where he was thinking about getting into luxury car rentals, right?
Yeah.
So
the first place to go to?
Right, of course, you're right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if a person were to get in that business, what platform would they use as their target audience? That's open right now for that audience if they were to get in that business. Turo, you said?
Yeah, that's where you'll go to.
Okay.
That's one of the big names.
Just Turo and that's it.
No, I mean, there's other ways. It depends. So it depends what type of car you got. If you got an exotic car, Like you got like Lamborghinis, Bentleys, and stuff like that. Then of course you can sell it like on the side to like other rich people privately. But then you also got Turo. You got stuff like other car rental places that you can go to.
Yeah, Turo's kind of like on the same page as Airbnb, essentially, right? It's like
luxury car.
Yeah, it's pretty big time.
But you gotta figure out what area you got because you can't have no luxury car in like Utah, because that's the most
right. What
like,
the fuck would you do?
Like you gotta be that's target audience. You gotta figure like if it's Miami, LA, what type of target audience you trying to go after.
Now I'll say this: what I have learned, because I like, who is your target audience? I think that's something that you really have to sit down. I don't know if that's necessarily easy because I thought it was easy, but I'm like, oh, is it easy? Because I personally feel like CARESNONE, and what I meant with it at first, everyone on earth could use that.
Yeah.
Everyone could use that. So it's like, how do you, I think every single human being could use a little bit of fuck people's opinion.
Yeah. So what it is you gotta figure out your talk. So if you're talking to kids, it's gonna your content gonna come off different for kids. That's like YouTube. YouTube got regular YouTube and got kids YouTube. So when it's like, you gotta figure out who your target audience is. So with the older people, you can go whatever you want to. You can say whatever you want to, like be freely with it. But with the kids, you gotta be like, you gotta have CARESNONE inside of it, but then be like in a kid-friendly zone at the same time. And then figuring out, because you could be to everybody, but sometimes you can't be that, depending on what you're selling, what service and products you're selling. Though. Right.
Well, I know, so lately, me and Dee figured this out, that I think I have kind of boiled it down more, and there probably could be some more boiling down, but it feels like my target audience would be people who are desiring to transform themselves. They're trying to get from one place and on the self-development scope from one place to another. Yeah. And I think that those are the people that are probably going to register with the most. So I feel like this is the most niche that my target audience is.
Yeah, but then it can go deeper than that. Then go like age range. You feel me? It go deeper. Age range. Where they location at? Then it's like cause some people act different though. Like you feel me? Like people from up north compared to people from down south. Like you gotta figure out like what target audience you trying to go out to. You can do the same thing and then like
Hey. My bad for interrupting the podcast, but I gotta throw a little bit of love to CARESNONE.com. You can go in there and get links to the social medias. You got your Instagrams, you got your TikToks, you got your YouTubes, you got all kind of stuff on there. You got links to the wing review. You got links to the audio and video version of the podcast. All kind of stuff on there. And most importantly to me, which is very important to me, is you get your merchandise on there. You can get you a B-Dope shirt just like this. Join the movement. There's a lot of people joining this movement right now. You should be a part of it. And I would really appreciate if you'd be a part of it. This serves as a daily reminder to be the best version of yourself and not give a damn about what these other people think about what it is that you want to do to be the best version of yourself. And for the people watching this right now, use promo code PODCAST and you'll get 20% off your order right now. Right now. For all the people who are watching the podcast, you get 20% off right now. Promo code PODCAST. Thank you. See you next time. Now back to the podcast.
I forgot his name. Damn, what's his name? He in Atlanta. I forgot his name. If I think about it, I'll tell you. But if you end up like just going out to your target audience, then you can figure that out through website campaigns, going through ad analytics, figuring out Facebook targeting is, Google Analytics and stuff like that. You can skyrocket.
So you're saying there's going to be a little bit of, you're going to try a few different things.
Yeah.
And then you're going to look at the analytics and then the ones
that are
testing.
Hitting. Yeah, you got to test.
A/B testing and whatnot.
Yeah, A/B testing. So you got to figure out what works the best for your brand.
Right. That's how you figure it out.
And then when you find that, how long does that normally take? Like a month or so?
It depends though. It depends on because some people, it depends on how much your ad budget is too.
That's true too.
Like if you might, because somebody might have like an ad budget of $100 a day compared to somebody who got $1,000 a week or something like that. Right, and then you can figure out they target audience faster than somebody. So it all depends. So I can't give you a definite answer on that, but between 3 to 6 months.
It ain't typically right away, like because you would have to do the work.
See,
right?
that's what people get messed up at though, because like they be thinking like the next month was the result. I guarantee you that you gonna get results from me. Like the next month you gonna see more traffic. You gonna see, but then that's just a test area to figuring out who your target audience is.
Right.
It's such a different experience too, because we got to realize this is a whole digital space that you're a professional in. So people don't see the foot traffic of it like they do on, you know what I mean?
Just think like this, like NFTs though. NFT is digital. Like, you feel me? So NFT.
Yeah, we're all about the NFTs over here, isn't it? How you doing?
So you feel like NFTs. I got the virtual goggles. You can buy land on the goggles and make money from a virtual gas station. Somebody making $4,000 a week from a virtual gas. It's not real gas. Like Come on, now, like,
Yeah, they got all kinds of shit, too.
So you think about it,
Money's
like
about to go
with
wild.
marketing, with digital marketing, is gonna go even further. But you got some people that think they know what they're doing, they just starting out. But if the people that know what they're actually doing, it can take a business like real far.
Right.
And this is actually kind of a good point because, you know, I've taken a couple of courses on like how to do advertisements, and I've done my little research, but I haven't gone 110% and sat down and put some extended time behind that.
If somebody
to
told
get a
you,
skill.
if somebody told you right now, I got $1 million on the table right now, would you? But they said you gotta go through a few works, and they're gonna take you like a month or so. Would you go through that?
Would I accept that?
Yeah. No.
I don't think that would be smart for me to accept. Go ahead. What are you asking me?
But I'm saying, like, as far as like, say if somebody has some money on the table though, and then like they were saying like, I need you to learn this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I would.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, I don't know.
By me saying that though, you leaving money on the table. So you feel me? So like you leaving money on the table by not learning, because that your brand can expand so much just from even paid advertising, but even if you know what you're doing organically, like it can expand.
No, but that's the point we're talking about. So I could have done that and then put all of my energy and learned that skill to the T, right? I could have easily, we all could do that.
Right.
But then we came to this point.
This is our whole.
This is a pain point that we had in the weekend last year. Was it 2020 or
2021? 2021. Around this time.
That's not something that I desire to do, but I know it would help. And at the end of the day, having a skill in life is going to help you, right? But then we came across this whole idea of finding who to do this shit as opposed to how I can do it. Because so I'd rather go to someone like you who this is what you do.
Right.
You've done this multiple times with people. You have like testimonials. You spent the time, whereas I'm putting a little bit of time here, a little bit of time here, a little bit of time here. Whereas there's other things that I personally would rather do. So why not go to the professionals?
Right.
And now that I see that about life, it's like, oh, that makes more. And then so you should go to a professional, pay the money and pay for it because it's just energy, right? But then you're going to get a quality product as opposed to what you would have done that would have taken you so much longer to do.
Yeah.
Right. So like, for instance,
hence why we're
like time, like real talk.
That's the whole situation.
That's been a boss
Because
though.
my shit was okay. It was solid,
Right.
especially if you saw the come up of how I was doing it. But I'm like, wait a minute, let's go to the professionals now.
Absolutely.
And then now look, it's professional.
And see, I was taking this course in digital marketing from Northwestern, just the certificate and whatnot. And so we kind of combined these two thoughts because they was teaching me kind of about how to solve for pain points, as we call them and shit. So it's like whatever problem you have,
How can I solve it?
how can I solve it? And it's somebody else out there that can solve it, like by who, not how. You know what I mean? So we combining these shits together, and we like it just turned the wheels of actually being able to manage your own brand seriously, and really cooperate shit. You know what I mean? And it just opened up the floodgates of creativity in a way that it just wasn't there before, because we were trying to put all of our eggs into that $1 million that you just spoke about.
Sometimes that's all you got, and that's the simple key right there. Like all you gotta do is, what is the person's problem and how can I solve it? That's it.
Pain points.
That's it.
Solve the
Right.
pain points.
That's
That's why somebody was trying to dig deep in me the other day. Like, dear, but what problems are you, like, what are you dealing with inside? Like, what is really, I'm like I don't have problems. I solve pain points. Like I don't have if it right. If I get it solved, like I don't believe in having a problem. Like I just solve that bitch with a pain point. If it's a pain point, you know what I mean? So like I just try to live my life now by that very thing, like solving it by like the expertise of others. And that's throughout life. Like I'm not afraid to be communal about myself with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, check this out, D. There's two points that I'm learning about that too, especially in the black community. I don't think that where we always want to come up for like, man, hook it up, right? I know
the hookup.
I feel like a lot of times in my past, what I have done, and for people like want the hookup, but it's like we wouldn't expect the hookup from like Nike. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't expect the hookup from so and so. It's like, pay that man what he's worth, because, and here's the reason why. Is because he put the energy into doing this. So why not pay him for what his fee is? And if you don't, you just go somewhere else if you don't like the fee. But it's a matter of be okay paying for quality. And what I'm learning too, as far as time, is that
that's fucking quality.
People who have money typically pay for their time.
That's the trick of it all right there. I think that's the one. Is that not the one right there?
That is the key.
That is the one.
I got a team that work for me though. Like I can't do everything on my own. I can't do website, landing pages, marketing, figuring out people, calling people. I can't do that on my own.
No, you wouldn't.
You gotta have a team. So like that's what people pay for. You paying for a whole staff to get your business to where it needs to be at, whatever the goal may be. So
Tom's like, wait, I do all that shit on my own. Are you a one man show?
Nah, I mean, I got people that help out.
Yeah,
Okay,
you need something. I don't care. Like if you on your own, it's like you should just start. But when you get at level, you need people to help you. Like
Right,
you
you
have
have
to.
to.
I don't know nobody that's rich right now who don't got a team, man.
Right.
Nobody.
I don't know anything that doesn't have a team. Like,
And it makes sense because you
everything is a team.
physically
This
don't have
microphone is a team.
but you physically don't have enough energy to do all the things of high quality.
Of course.
You can bullshit and dabble in a bunch of nothing, and then
Right,
you
I
have
can
a very
remix a whole bunch of
okay-ass
shit.
product.
Yeah,
but
but
if
that
you want your shit
should
to
be okay as
bang,
hell.
you're gonna need killers. Just like on basketball, though.
Yeah.
Like, look at LeBron right now, you know. But if the rest of the niggas is bums,
Ooh.
Right.
even if he is putting up whatever, so
I want to show y'all my new logos real quick.
Nope.
Speaking of pain points and having other people do shit for you and whatnot. So I got I'm gonna explain the whole shit later, but basically I changed my LLC officially to it was Pretty Cool Ace, but I changed it
You got
officially
C Corp, S Corp,
LLC.
but you got S Corp, C Corp.
Come again? Go ahead.
Like a S Corp, you know the difference.
Go ahead.
Isn't it one
Explain
of
it.
the three? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
tell
three.
us.
Go ahead.
It's three. It's one of the. It is one of the three. But I'm saying like you just got an LLC.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cause I was saying like the tax benefits if I was a S and C Corp, but
No, I hear you.
Yeah, let's talk about that once you show it.
Right. So I have I have a LLC, the Pretty Cool Verse. I just named it. I just renamed it too. So Fiverr is what I use a lot of times for all of my projects and whatnot. So I just want to give y'all a little run by this. I'm gonna show the camera later, but you know.
Wait, is there a way we can?
Is that a way we can? I do not.
Well, I'll have.
Yeah, I'll hold it up. I'll show y'all too.
Yeah, make sure.
But I just want to run by it real quick. So I showed you how the branch is, how we gonna do it with like the gap and shit, how the gap. So basically, I'm pretty much running my shit. I learned this from digital marketing classes in Northwestern, right? So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm running my company how the Gap Incorporated does theirs, right?
Okay.
So the Gap, they pretty much own Gap, Banana Republic, Athleta, and Old Navy, right? But the Gap Incorporated is the actual parent company. Yeah. This is my parent company right here, Pretty Cool Verse, right? Underneath that, which would be my Old Navy, blah, blah, blah. This is the Pretty Cool Personas, right? This is one of them. This is gonna be like my personal one for all my music, my podcasting, videography, all that stuff. I'm gonna do that as like a, kind of like a Patreon account, if you will. This is my modeling
sexy
website.
boy.
I'm a model. My bad. I'm a model. So this is my modeling website where I'm actually gonna have the 3D models and whatnot that I'm gonna be selling as poses and people to my artists and whatnot. Then this one is the Pretty Cool Ace one. This is gonna be the NFT one. We're gonna get that one going. And then this is gonna be Pretty Cool Storytellers with the comic books and all that. Yeah. So these are my underbellies right now. So I'm setting it up. What I wanted to say was, and I can even show that real quick to the camera. Boom. That's the Pretty Cool Verse.
Sure reminds me of
Coming into Pretty
Lawnmower
Cool.
Man. You ever see Lawnmower Man? No, I guess I'm showing my age.
Pretty cool personas. Pretty cool poses. Celebrating human anatomy. Pretty cool apes. I'm so happy to have them back. Those my babies. And the Pretty Cool Storyteller. So I'm going to be setting that up pretty soon as far as like getting that all together.
It's very cohesive. It looks
Thank
good,
you.
man.
Thank you. But you know what it is really? What I learned was, and I've been kind of going through this with them, if I could interject a little bit, is trying to figure out ways to, what my brand is about is pretty much helping people to figure out their creativity through brand building, but spreading it out in that way. So all of those things I showed you are just parts of me.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
like
I'm building.
What you kind of do is what's a part of your culture and what you do.
Absolutely. Yeah. All the things that's in my head, I was able to spread those out and actually give them some energy and shit. So now I can actually put some product to it. But my main thing that I want to sell to people, honestly, or not sell, but I actually just hired someone else to, we're going to do some courses on how to tap into your creativity by becoming self-aware and doing that through brand building.
Okay.
So I'm going to have that be done through here. We're going to start selling some courses, and then I'm going to trickle that down, and then I'm going to want to get into some marketing. And whatnot.
So
I have marketing from one of my websites right now, but I'm going to want to spread that out.
You going to have any high ticket prices?
I'm going to do these for about $1,000 a piece. I'm not bullshitting because I have to have that goal that you were talking about. And I was looking at something, our girl Nikki, and she was on one of the podcasts we were watching, but I watch her now religiously. She has a make your money from branding or something shit like that. But she was pretty much saying like we gotta have a high ticket price. Like if you have a product for $1,000 and you sell 1,000 of those, that's $1 million. So, bro, we can do a course on our brands as you want to do it, like transformation and shit. Sell that shit for $1,000 and push the marketing side of this bitch, and let's get $1 million.
Yeah,
Right.
And let's spread these brands out so that they can also, like the brands that I've shown you, let's spread these out so they can have their own products and they can become part of you as you tell people how to transform, as I tell people how to become self-aware. And building products throughout that, you know, building your own community for real. And this is helping people understand themselves and then market it. Yeah. And then you building a brand off yourself. You're not trying to sell necessarily to people. It's more so like you building yourself and people are fucking with it.
Yeah, that's all about marketing and brand and psychology.
On my mama.
And I feel like to me, that's the part I have fun with the most when it comes to business.
What?
Is trying to learn the psychology of like the branding and the marketing.
Listen,
So like, what is the difference between branding and marketing? What would y'all say it is?
The difference between branding and marketing is branding is like more of a foundation. Like brand is like more a foundation of what your brand, like what your business is.
Like what it stands for?
Yeah, and like what it like what's the household, but then marketing is what pushes your brand out so other people can see it.
Right.
So if you got a brand and then don't nobody see it, it might be the best product or service. If nobody see it, then that's when the marketing come in. But your brand is what stands still right there. Yeah.
So you would say the marketing is
go push us.
And this is where you're getting your brand out to people.
Traffic.
You're getting the traffic, and then you're trying to find the ways to get them to fuck with the brand.
Right? Yeah. I mean, because of course the goal is to see how many people can get inside the funnel, and then how can you convert them into sales.
Right.
So that's the whole objective of it. So if you got a marketing budget of $500, we can work with that, and then we can bring in enough amount of traffic so we can close them into sales.
Yeah, because the whole idea is you're trying to convert.
But it's not gonna take 1 month. What most people think.
That's
people think like every time they sign up, they think it's gonna take like 1 month. Like they be seeing like a lot of traffic coming in. They see a lot of people inquiring, but you're not gonna sit. You gotta do email campaigns. You gotta
it takes a couple rounds of it too.
Yeah. Well, and then you get the data. So once you got the data, that's some people say the data is more important than the
that's more important than the market. Like that's what you need the most.
And like you mentioned, like you got to be willing to put the energy where money is. You got to be willing to put the energy into the shit over time to have that shit go. Like if you want to do anything, you know. So
like to even know about it, because we're gonna talk about the Facebook pixel. And to even know about that, you either got to be in the circles that know about that, or you got to pay for a course that knows about that.
We tried it, trust me, y'all.
Or listen to maybe like a podcast that knows something about that.
We tried it, y'all. Trust me.
That's what I'm saying, because I paid for a couple of courses, but I didn't put the real time in.
You paid for courses?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about coming out with some courses, though. But
you should.
You should, absolutely.
I've been so, like, I've been just focusing, because everybody coming out with courses, and everybody keep telling me to come out with courses. I've been just focusing on my clients.
I'm literally just hiring somebody to start creating something for me.
What about you, Tanya? You get some courses? You like to teach?
I'm about to do it now.
I probably could, and I will say that I think that it is like financially a smart move because it's like something you create one time and you can just sell.
The digital world is changing money, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Y'all better.
But I am gonna say, similar to NFTs, fuck courses. I ain't about that shit.
I'm just trying to get that.
I think it's got. I don't know. Just like I'm glad that you've paid for them. I never have, and not that they're not helpful, but it's like you were saying, like everybody has them, and there's so many, and there's so many that like you feel like they have a course. I see it with videographers, you know, because I'm in the video business, where they'll like teach you how to close these deals. It's like, bitch, if you were closing those deals, you wouldn't need to be doing this. Like, why don't you focus on being a videographer instead of like making these courses? So,
but then don't get me wrong.
It's a different mindset.
I go both ways.
I think that's
both ways.
I think you aren't seeing actually what it is. It's a different mindset that I'm learning that they're doing it for, though. It's like.
It's a smart thing to do because financially it makes sense, but to me it's like
and you can really teach people.
But you really do. But you really do the shit that you still want to do. You're just teaching people in a very easy way how to do it.
Well, hey, let's be honest though.
Can we be honest?
Well, listen. Let's be honest. The people who get the courses, only like a small percentage of them are actually doing the work though.
For sure, absolutely.
Because even the course that I got, I did not give it the 113%.
Right.
Had I went hard body. You put the phone down. Don't go out getting no hole. You know what I'm saying?
That's just like college. Like everybody go to college.
Anything in life, it feels like.
Everybody not like 100% of people. That's like just like traffic. You might get 100,000 people coming to your traffic, but you're not gonna close all 100,000. Yeah. You only might close on like
1%,
like 10% or something like that. You feel me? Like it ain't gonna be the same. Like it just.
I guess it's just the digital side of the business that's kind of like the.
Is that the part about it? The digital side?
The digital side of videography, probably.
Nah, I think again, I think it just has not like a sleazy thing. That's not the right word, but it just feels like not right. It's
too
like
salesy.
It's like, I'm a really good fisherman, so I'll just teach people how to fish. It's like, no, bitch, go out there and like be a fisherman. I don't know, is how I feel about it.
But what if you know how to fish?
So, all right, there's a YouTuber, this guy in particular, I think he was what kind of maybe shifted my mind.
Right.
So he said he was doing like a decent amount of money just, with his videography business, did great work. Yeah. But then he came out with a course, right? Like made sense. And he's like pretty much overnight, the course sales just like dwarfed my business of like doing video stuff. So he's like, so I pretty much stopped doing video stuff and just focused on putting together this course, and like has made tons and tons of money from the course, which is like great and helped people out.
But you don't believe that?
No, I believe it. Honestly, like it all makes sense. Like it's been good for him. I think he's helped people like get into the video business and like helped out a lot of people. So like there shouldn't be a reason why I don't like it.
I'm like, it don't make no sense.
But for some reason, it bothers me.
Yeah, because what it is though, like really, if you build a following first, like if you build a following, like people already looking at your videos and stuff, people already fucking with you. Like if you come over the course with CARESNONE or something, it's gonna be at least about a good 100 people that's gonna buy it. You only gotta pay. You only gotta do that shit one time.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and then you get the data from the people who would have bought it or people who just clicked on it. And then you can retarget and keep retargeting those. Once I was like, oh, so that's how you. That's what makes me think. If you have a product, I heard somebody say this. If you can sell your product to 10 people that are not your friends or family,
you can sell it to 100,000.
You can sell it to 100,000.
Right.
And that's what I. If you can sell it to strangers, you could just market it to just more people.
And all you gotta do is take a little bit more work.
Right.
That's the only thing.
And that's why I was just kind of thinking, like, man, money, this digital shit is really changing money, because it's really, if you really just follow the funnel like that and just have a high ticket product, we can all just get this energy and live completely different this next century. Yeah. Like for real, a lot of people really can. This digital shit just made shit so just rapid, We can get this shit so residually. And it really put a quality product out there. And the thing is, it's up to us to have the quality product though. It can't be bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the beautiful thing about it. And everybody can do it individually, but it gotta be clean. It gotta be through the right funnels.
Because I'm glad residual. That's my love.
That's my favorite word.
But see, that's where the CARESNONE brand comes in, right? The CARESNONE brand comes in because it's easy to say, well, let's just get this money, get it professional to do it right. But then there's a lot of things that people can't get over to even get to that point because they have terrible fucking habits. They're doing this, they're addicted to that, and I feel like that's where I come in because I know these things. I know what the fuck to do, but why don't I always just do them?
That's why it's 2%. So that's why it's a little harder. You got to get over that hump. That's why it's 2%. Like the whole world is how many billion trillion? 2%. Though, right. Like you gotta. So it's a little hard. It's hard. Don't get me wrong, but you got to get over it.
That's when you bring in that quality, that courses and everything like that. All of your personality can be inside of these things too. Like you can be, we can really do it that way.
Now here's the pain point I'm having, D. Here's my pain point, and I'm still beat it, but here's my pain point: is that I feel like I have a lot of knowledge from a lot of places, but I don't know where I'm like the 100% in order to go hard body. On, you know what, I'm gonna teach about this, or my course is gonna be on this because I know this like the back of my hand. I feel like I know a lot about a little bit about a lot of shit. Okay. Now I would say the one thing for sure that I have receipts, because niggas like to see receipts, right? Like because it's easy to say, oh, I did this, show me that you did this, right? I do know how to transform physically because I've done it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's I can definitely.
You look good, by the way.
Have you done it?
I did. I was gonna say it. I was looking for a time to say it.
I was looking for a time. Let me say it. Look. Yesterday, like I think it was yesterday or 2 days or something. I seen you a picture of you when you was bigger. Yeah, you did your thing, man. You did your thing, man.
But so here's the thing, and I appreciate that. Yeah. So it's like the one thing I do know, but is like the transformation part. It makes sense, right? That's why because I physically did it, and now trying to becoming a businessman it's like, oh, you got to transform your mindset too. You like, bro, you ain't even ready yet. It's like, and then like we talk about this all the time off camera. Kudos to what I have done up until this point, based on working harder than everyone else. But it's like, oh, to get to this,
that level, you got
to transform some more.
Hey, it's gonna be a lot of times you're gonna be like, you did a lot, but then a lot of motherfuckers don't get no fuck.
They don't care, right? Results.
But then they don't care about that. Like, you just gotta keep pushing.
You gotta keep pushing. It don't stop. Shit don't stop. Shit don't stop. Hey. My bad for interrupting the podcast, but I gotta throw a little bit of love to CARESNONE.com. You can go in there and get links to the social medias. You got your Instagrams, you got your TikToks, you got your YouTubes, you got all kind of stuff on there. You got links to the wing review. You got links to the audio and video version of the podcast. All kind of stuff on there. And most importantly to me, which is very important to me, is you get your merchandise on there. You can get you a B-Dope shirt just like this. Join the movement. There's a lot of people joining this movement right now. You should be a part of it. And I would really appreciate if you'd be a part of it. This serves as a daily reminder to be the best version of yourself and not give a damn about what these other people think about what it is you want to do to be the best version of yourself. And for the people watching this right now, use promo code PODCAST and you'll get 20% off your order right now. Right now. For all the people who watching the podcast, you get 20% off right now. Promo code PODCAST. Thank you. See you next time. Now back to the podcast. So I feel like that's where I personally come in. It's transforming, vicious, and it's like holy shit. Yeah. So that's why I feel like you come in because you're like, oh, this is the pain. The plan. Yeah. We have a plan how to get you the energy back money, right?
Right.
But there's some people who don't get to, they still stuck on their own bullshit.
Right.
So I'm trying to get you to be to be the 5%er. Because you're gonna have to work harder than everyone else. It's the only way to do it. You know, there's a reason why Kobe and Jordan, LeBron and them are all vicious. They go harder than everybody.
Right. And I kind of feel like I want to play on that. We've been trying to figure out a way to get our brands like online. That's what we've been like, kind of building them together, and it's been so much back and forth with it.
Where your home at?
What's up?
Where your home at online?
I'm pretty cool. I'm at the prettycoolverse.com.
So that's so you online though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, he meant in line with our brand.
Oh, in line. I thought
in line with our brands and whatnot. So his is based on the transformation process, right? And mine's is based on like I explained, like kind of building it out through brand building. Yeah. So I want to kind of be the solution on that end. Okay. If you will, you know what I mean? And like really build the brands on that.
Yeah, because I know personally, I don't desire to help people do the physical business building, but I do desire to help people get to the point that they need to do it.
Yeah. I don't either.
I thought you liked being
No. My brands are the examples of that. What I'm selling you is not the transformation, but to get into it through brand building. I'm showing you how to do that, but I'm not necessarily showing you how to like start your business on it.
I thought you were into business formation.
No, it's about tapping into your creativity. You remember that video I showed you that one time?
With the voices.
Right, so it's about helping you to understand that you need to spread your shit out like this and to build your brands in a creative way. The shit that's in your head that you all discombobulated about that you can't get out, you need to actually see it. You need to put your ownership in it, your actual energy, your money. Put it down so you can see this shit and actually invest in it. Right. And then come over here with it.
And market.
Hey, I would love y'all to come to my next brunch meeting I got downtown.
Oh, that's a mastermind. Yeah, what?
I ain't got the details. Yeah, my assistant working on it right now, but I'll let y'all know.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Let me know. I'm down there with it.
Because that's what I'm on now, bro. Like
for sure.
I remember it was 2020. I was playing 2K. Right, and I had started the brand, right? So I knew I got this brand, and I'm selling shit too, so I know it's a thing, right? And I'm sitting there,
I'm interested in this.
Yeah, so I'm playing 2K, right? And I'm busting ass because I was kind of cold at this shit too. I ain't gonna lie. Right?
Back in your days?
No, this was 2020. I was cold. Yeah, I was. Yeah, and we was playing the my player. Yeah, I was serious with it to the point where I was like, I might get paid for it.
Yeah, he's one of them boys.
So, anyways. But it wasn't really my love. And even with that, like if you want to be, you got to be hard body at that. You got to play that shit for 12 hours a day if you want to be that cold at it. Yeah. And I was playing like 3 hours a day, which is why I was probably solid amongst the friend group. And that's a lot of fucking time per day to put towards a video game, right? So I'm sitting there thinking, I'm broke. I got this brand that I claim I love, and I'm playing 2K right now.
I know exactly what you mean.
The next day, sold my Xbox.
I know.
Sold it. I was so proud of myself because I'm like, damn, that's because I was a 2K head. You know what I'm saying? I was addicted to that, and I still love that. I be having itches sometimes now, like, oh, play that shit. Like Brian, right? So like, it's just crazy how one day I'm like, no more. I'm done fucking around. Stop really drinking. Stop going. I was like, because time not spent towards that, it feels like a waste of time.
Right.
Yeah, that's when you know you grew at that point. That's when you know you like you finna be dead ass and you ain't playing around no more.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. I was like, damn, your whole shit could just change. I'm telling you, overnight it just clicked. Because I'm like, wait, I'm broke. And then I'm, I listen to a lot of inspirational, motivational talks, right? And people always like, you wasting time.
Listen, I be thinking about when I be scrolling through Facebook, TikTok for an hour. I'm like, I got other things I gotta be doing right now, and I've been scrolling on TikTok and Facebook for hours or two. So it's like, I know what you mean.
Wait, and TikTok, you don't talk about the algorithms. Them fools figured it out.
They out to the T. The next video, you can't forget to. You want to know what the next video is.
Yeah,
like,
they so good at it.
7 seconds, all that. Like, they know your attention span, everything.
I think I just read it just yesterday. They have 55,000 data points on each human. 55,000. That's why
that's 55,000 times each person that's on TikTok.
Right. No, that was Facebook. So I don't even know what TikTok's doing. This is a dude talking about Facebook ads. He was doing like a little Facebook ad talk, analytic wise. Yeah. And he was like, it's so vicious now that when you're scrolling,
they know what you want.
So the camera, they're reading your facial expressions. Like, this is real talk. And they know, like, okay, that facial expression means a good thing. Send him more of that.
More happiness.
More happiness. Or whatever that thing
is.
More
funniness. Or
whatever the thing that you was liking, for whatever reason, he liked that. Send him more of that. And check this out. The fact that our phones are close, just in proximity, not even attached. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, okay.
I was with you. I'm gonna see you a lot on Instagram after that. I might even see you if I this is because we next to each other in our locations.
That shit crazy. Yeah. But that's why
that's low key raw. And when it comes to marketing,
that's like, I was just about to say that's actually vicious because then you can really, once you learn your avatar and your target, your exact target audience. Yeah. Then you just fucking pinpoint at that, and then you can do the lookalike groups.
No, my
and I'm like, oh, damn.
Speaking my language right there.
That's what I'm saying. So once I was like, oh, that's how you can guarantee this shit. You can guarantee it.
When I figured that out,
most people don't got the budget for that though. Like that's the only thing that hurt a motherfucker. Like that's what started any business. They ain't got a budget for it. So
and that's where not to keep mentioning CARESNONE because I'm like, oh, nigga. So and what happens a lot of times? Mentioning it. Yeah. No, and here's what happens a lot of times. It's like, no, you do got the money though, but what did you do last weekend? We all got that problem. Oh, you bought the J's, did you? Motherfuckers is fresh.
Just went to the mall. Listen, I got something I got to take care of like tomorrow. I just went to the mall, but it's like, as long as you got them assets coming though, I got a lot of assets, but it be like, I'm literally at the cash register like,
I should.
Do I need it? Like, it's my birthday and everything, but like, who I'm trying to look good? Like, you feel like I don't care about no motherfucker that's not paying me. Like, and the people that's paying me don't care about what I'm branding. So it's like,
right here, so, make you think.
So it's like the only people that's really caring is people that ain't got no money for real. Like, so that's why I should have taken this back. But I'm like, nah, it'd be that high, it'd be that biased decision. So that's why you get on marketing. So
yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. That's a big one. Then do you really and that's what, again, CARESNONE, do you really give a fuck about what they think?
Nah,
and if you do, why?
Exactly. But then it's like when you come up that why, it's like, you go back to it a little bit, like even though in the back of your head, like you like, I shouldn't pay this, or I shouldn't wear this, because I don't really need to wear this, so I need to be more business casual. It be like, it's just something like when you were a kid and you would go to a black school and a white school. That's two different things though. Like with the black school, they riding you all day, and then at the white school, you more freematic. You can do whatever you want to do. So it just all depends. Like it depends what environment you in, basically. So
that's a big one, right? The fucking environment.
Yeah, come on. I wish I would have went to a white school. Like, man,
it was definitely so. I would say I went to actually a pretty diverse school. Yeah, I mean it was whites and Hispanics.
I wish I went at least there. Yeah.
Bro, but my grandmother, I never forget this. So she moved me out to the burbs, so that was on her.
That was a good thing.
I loved it. Loved that she did that. But then she wanted me to go to a historically black college, right?
Yeah.
And she was all about that.
Oh, for real?
And I'm thinking, and she made a comment one day, and I don't even know if she realizes it now, but she was like, well, you know, you ain't gonna be successful unless you go to a historically black college. And that made me mad.
Really?
Right, because, you know, I was like, first of all, you the one brought me out here. Right? And you put me around different kinds. I mean, Hispanics.
Yeah, you did a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So you put me around a lot of different people.
That's great. That's
right?
good.
I thought it was phenomenal. But then she made that comment about going to a historically black college.
To know about you.
And then I said, in spite of her, I didn't go. I was like, no, now, because it actually would have been a good deal. I think I was getting like a ride to one of these historic, they were going to help me out on some scholarships. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna prove to you that I can be diverse and be around a whole bunch of people, and that's not the only way I'm gonna succeed. Is like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like anything to control me like that.
I don't know. Like someone like with their parents, like me, my parents, they used to say get a job. So getting a job was like somebody punched me in the face. Like I was like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm saying trying to get myself up. You say get a job. I understand it builds the consistency, but.
Speaking of mamas, I got a 1992 I got a 1992 picture of mama. Hey mama, you see I got you.
We got a phone hookup these days, so we can just plug it right in. We can do this call live here.
That would be cool, actually.
That would be dope. What would you say?
Don't give me that.
I was lucky if I just forgot.
My bad.
Yeah. Good.
She did call though.
I would have got on the mic. She would have spit some shit.
No, what was you talking about?
Oh, about the working.
Yeah.
So it was like basically like just working, going to work. Like it was like somebody punched me in the face. Like I'm young. You say tell me go to. I understand. Like if I had kids, I was older, wasn't doing what I'm supposed to do. Then you say me go to work. But not if I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. And you say tell me go, I'm young. Like I ain't got no bills. I'm living with y'all at the time. I was like 17 or something like that. So it was like, come on now. Like I'm trying to get to a new level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like what and you know what? They're doing that out of love though. They're telling us that out of love. They're doing that
because they don't know.
Because they don't know.
They don't know. Yeah.
They think based on their knowledge level that that's the right move.
Yeah, for you, but it's really not. They come to their senses later, but it's like, yeah, you gotta know what you're talking about. Like,
well, let me ask you this question: do you believe everyone should be an entrepreneur?
No. Cause every entrepreneur need somebody for them to work for them or something like. Every boss needs somebody to do the work for them. So
that's a good point.
I don't think everybody, cause everybody got that mindset either. So some people it's cool with just working and they be happy with that. So that could be good on them. But if you know a person's not trying to be that, so I don't expect you to try to make them like that.
That's a good point.
That's why I say I want to target motivated people too.
That's on some
you gotta be
Kanye
motivated.
shit. Kanye was on some. I'm just trying to motivate the motivated.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your target audience,
you can do whatever you want. Kanye's so raw with the marketing. He can do whatever he wants to. He can dictate if you want to go to any demographic. He just raw with the marketing. He cold.
Marketing is so cold.
Who stay in the stadium for how many days for $1 million a day?
right?
He doing that for marketing. You know how much money he got from just standing one day? He probably got paid double, triple that.
Yeah,
so
he's probably mastered marketing. His team's probably so
Yeah.
fire. Yeah. And he don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah.
So he's willing. I've always said this about Kanye.
Would you if you're a billionaire?
I think there's some billionaires who probably still give a fuck what people think.
I mean, yeah, as far as like if they say something about them. But yeah, like that.
But like if you really don't care if the world thinks you're crazy and psycho, like a lot of motherfuckers come at him kind of vicious, right? Yeah. And if he's like, what if he was the one who's setting all that? He's like, no, say that about me. Who gives a fuck what they think? And then y'all can say whatever y'all want. I keep winning though.
From Chicago, huh?
Everything is it me or does everything that he touched like a lot, a big percentage of his gold?
Yeah. It's marketing. That's all it is.
Marketing is heavy.
So dope. Marketing
That's
is
an
everything.
art in and of itself when you can figure that shit out.
But the number one thing you should learn is psychology. Like if you can dictate what a motherfucker do based off what you put out, it's gold. That's gold. That's Kanye. Like whatever you put out is gold based off psychology. Like him standing in the stadium, him dressing up in all masks, you can't even see his face. That's marketing.
He's got you thinking. Right?
Yeah, I bet you people buy all masks just all black and that motherfucker got like 35,000 or something like that. Whatever, something ridiculous.
But see, what I really appreciate about it is if I can interject,
go ahead.
Is that like it's all like this is the first time at least I've seen like an artist be able to do it in such an artist way. Like all he's doing is creating characters at each step of the way and just putting a whole bunch of marketing money into it.
Kanye didn't never care what nobody said. Though.
Yeah, but that's his marketing strategies. Yeah. I can do that. I can not care so much that I can literally change characters. I don't have to be the same. Look at himself from the college dropout to now and how many characters have been in between each album, each a lot. You know what I mean?
Trials and tribulations, that's life.
Exactly. But he puts, as an artist, he puts himself into it and owns it, just like I'm saying right here. Put yourself into your fucking emotions and everything and build off of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, if Kanye
build
don't
these
think
characters that's inside of you that got to get that pain out. That's why when I was so in love with 808s and Heartbreak during that time, because that was just his emotion on fucking platinum albums. Like, come on now, let's create our own platinum shit. We got shit we trying to figure out. Let's put this shit so we can see it, and let's put some investment into it.
Since we talk about Kanye, let me ask you, well, first of all, Tom, do you or do you not like Kanye West?
Oh, no, I fuck with Kanye, yeah. You usually look at me as like the hater in these situations. Kanye, I fuck with Kanye.
He's like, man, fuck Kanye West.
Fuck Kanye. I like that. I've followed his journey. I feel like,
Did you like him more for music or the art? Well, I guess music is art, but you know what I'm saying? But everything outside of his music. Because a lot of people look at him as just a music artist. And I'm like, he's very clearly more than just a music artist. He's like a legit artist to me.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I like his music. I'm not like into fashion, so like his fashion contributions I haven't given a fuck about.
And that's what
He's had some like
culture.
He's done some like personal stuff that's like hit or miss, like I don't know if I'd like endorse it necessarily, but like I don't fault the guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, Kanye's cool, man.
Yeah, live life how you want to, man. Live life how you live once. So like, who cares what somebody think?
Kanye is like the epitome of that. And to me, and then now you've watched the documentary?
Yeah.
It's fire. So fire. Have you seen? Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't watch the last episode yet.
You got to, because
I
cleaned
wanted
it up.
to. Yeah.
I just want to ask you, what did it teach you though? But go ahead.
It taught me a lot. Now I don't know if you know this, but like I'm hardcore into self-development. Like more than anything on earth, nothing's more important to me than being the best version of myself, right? Which is completely some Kanye shit to say, right?
Yeah.
What's the one song? I'll make a song about Kanye, the old Kanye. Wouldn't that would be so Kanye, right? And I'm like, that kind of makes sense. And then when I saw his moms, we talked about this, always telling him how fucking cold he was and that he should be cold, right?
Just go do what you want to do. That's what I'm saying. Like that's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
so what I learned from it though, Reggie, was that your environment is a motherfucker. Because when you got, especially from your mom, like, so people who are important to you, that's why if you hanging around bombs, like it makes sense. Because my grandmother did the same shit to me. And we'll tell a story another time. I've already told it a bunch of times. But there was a situation in my life where she made me, to the point where I was fucking mad, she made me believe in myself.
Right.
To the point where I like hated her for it at the moment. Hindsight 2020, it was the best thing she ever did for me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh man, so so what I learned is how important environment is, right?
Yeah.
Number one. But then number two, how can I use this to teach, the transformation? Surround yourself with fucking people who are like-minded.
Right.
Because if we all heard it, you don't want to be the killer in the room. You want to be the motherfucker looking up and learning.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so make sure you have killers around, because that energy, if you want to get on some spiritual shit, which I am, if that energy is not good, which we've learned in my personal life, that can really slow you down. And as soon as I got, like
dramatically, like what I'm
saying, historically,
you ever been mad at somebody and then as you mad at them, then you just stop doing what you were supposed to do?
Right.
Like,
You're getting that fucked up energy,
man. That energy, man, that'd be dramatically, man.
And you know what's crazy? Now, because I'm literally reading a book called The Levels of Energy right now. Yeah. And there's the low level energies and the high level energies, and then there's a bunch in the middle. Most people are in the middle, so like 100 would be like divine. It's like almost impossible, right? Anyways, and the whole idea of having this list so far from what I'm learning in the book is that not to judge people who might be on a lower energy level, but just to understand where they're at. So then you could help them step up. But here's another thing I learned from this.
I ain't got time for that.
Well, check this out. So if someone's really low on the energy levels, right? You can't be talking to them about divinity. They're gonna be like, nigga, what? I'm still pissed off about this. So they can't even fathom that energy level because it's too fucking high.
So, but does that bring your? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But does that bring your energy level low? Just because you're trying to help them get up?
So I'm glad you say that. So my whole life is like I love helping motherfuckers. Right?
Yeah.
So this is actually, I'm glad you said this, because the old me was like, the way I'm gonna help people is I'm gonna physically help each individual. That was the old me. And I put a lot of energy into that, right? Everyone's like, people who fuck with me. Like all my friends, 25 plus years. And I still do that. But let's say you did it to a female, right? And I'm gonna do right, and then they crush your soul, right? When you fuck up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So now your soul's crushed. So then, I remember Joey Free. Shout out to Joey Free. He goes, I'll never forget this. He says the fastest way to become unhappy is to try to make everyone else happy. He said that shit, and I'm sitting there crying heartbroken over a chick, right? I'm going like, and I'll never forget when he said that. So then I was like, I'm about to focus on Chris.
How could you help anybody else if you can't help yourself? How? Like, if you got $0, how could you help? It don't give you 100, whatever. If you ain't got the right stability to help somebody else, how could you help? How could you help somebody else if you can't help yourself?
So as far as my energy level, so this is what I have an analogy to try to explain it. So imagine you have a cup, right? Let me see this cup actually. So I give a lot of my energy out to people, right? Because I actually love that. But which means I have to stay high energy on myself, right? That's why I have to work out. I have to mentally. I have to do this, so I have enough because I don't want to be drained, right?
Transformation, though,
But I'm right. Yeah. So the way I describe it is, I can put holes at the bottom of this. Imagine you fill it up with water, and that's just my energy, right? So what most people do is there's no holes, and they pour their water out like this. Yeah. And then all of a sudden there's no water in here, right? So then you have to fill it up. Whereas what I do, I always keep the pour on here, so it's always me. Yeah. So then when I poke my holes, I can still help a lot of motherfuckers, but I have to fill me first.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can water. It's almost like a plant thing. You can water, but I'm always keeping the faucet on. So that's how I get away. That's how, and I'm still working on. There's still moments where bad energy can fuck you up. Yeah. But the whole energy thing, that to me, that's the whole game of life. Yeah. Literally money, bro. Money is energy. Check this out. I can prove this point too. So let's say you can go buy a green pepper. Yeah. Right, a full green pepper, and it costs so and so, and then you can go where they cut it up, right, and it's always a little bit more money, right, when it's already prepared for green pepper. Why? It's because it was more energy put into that situation, so then you have to pay more energy because it took more energy to do that. Yeah, it's still green peppers, but guess what? It took a lot more energy to make that package. It took a lot more energy to cut this motherfucker. It took a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's just a matter of energy exchange. Once I understood that. There's different kinds of energy, but it's all energy. And I know this E equals MC squared shit. I always know what the fuck does that mean? It means everything is matter is energy. So everything is literally energy. Yeah. Right. From our thoughts to what we think to what we say to us working out. I'm telling you this right now. Since I've been going hard body, going fight, I've been getting my sales have went up.
Because your mental has been getting better.
To me, it's the energy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then I got out of some, and all of a sudden, like, that's just crazy how once my energy got more clean and I started to put it in, now it's coming back to me in the form of fucking money, which is just energy.
Right. Putting your energy together.
I'm like, doing something crazy. That you love. It's just like doing something that you, because sometimes you just do something you love, it just come back to you genuinely.
Like just energy shit.
Energy. Like, you feel
what would you say is your favorite part of life?
Go. This is
the obstacles.
That's a typical Chris. I asked her vicious ass questions.
Nah, the obstacles.
3 seconds.
Oh, I like that.
The obstacles.
The obstacles. Real talk though.
Cause that's what make me me. Like the obstacles I go through was made me stronger. Like everybody go through shit. So, but the obstacles you go through, that's what make me me. So like that's the best thing for me.
That's a great answer.
That was a good answer.
Would you say you lean into challenges?
Like,
do you challenge yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because
what's the most challenging thing you've done to for yourself lately?
Challenging.
You're like, oh, this is tough. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah. Because we all got it.
He got some challenges. He got some challenges he didn't solve.
I mean, yeah,
he got some pain points he didn't solve.
I can say like when I first started my trucking company, like I decided like my challenges was put all my last into this and then make sure if it go good or not. But that's other than that, shit. It's like for me, I play chess, not checkers. So like if I know something, I know when the next obstacle gonna come most of the time, not all the time. But it's like I'm always prepared for that most of the time. So it's like, yeah.
So you're definitely thinking in your life a few steps ahead.
Yeah, cause I become listen. I got some wild ass dreams and they gonna come true. So it's like I gotta be ahead. So
that's what I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I see. That's why you want to be around because I feel that exact same fucking
too.
way, and I know you do.
Me too. I was just gonna interject in my own way. I was gonna translate it I was gonna translate it my own way.
But real talk, how often do you come around your counterparts when you're around? Did you hear talk that way?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't hear it that often.
Right.
You don't hear motherfuckers saying, "Man,
It's
I'm
so
gonna
important.
get it." That drive and that ambition, I love.
Right.
I love that shit. When you see people getting after it, I love that shit. That shit gets me high.
Absolutely.
And I really love it when they get there because of me.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't want to say it because of you.
No.
It make you feel,
but
it make you feel better. Like you don't want to be arrogant about it, but it's just like it's because of me though. You feel me?
I
know CARESNone don't get no.
Listen, I'm very open. Like, I want motherfuckers to be like, Chris did it. Yeah, Chris is the motherfucking man. I'll be like, you right, nigga. But listen, and
I got something.
arrogance is because I don't feel arrogant at all, but I do think that I give a fuck about me.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think there's a difference because I don't. And as a matter of fact, I made a post on Facebook. I was like, I'm not special. I'm driven. There's a difference.
Yeah,
I wrote that, and everyone. Right, but some
it's him and his quotes, you know.
Oh yeah,
Quote me on that.
I wrote it.
Quote me on that.
I wrote that though. I was like, I'm not special. I'm driven. There's a difference. And the reason I believe that, and the people are like, no, you are special. And I'm like, I know what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is a good thing because maybe you think that I'm looking like I'm not like worthy or some shit. I'm extremely motherfucking worthy. Yeah. And I am dope as fuck, but I don't think that I'm special because to me, special means that you are unlike anyone else. And at the end of the day, we're just the same motherfucker. You shit, piss, fuck, eat. We all do the exact same shit. Right. So at the end of the day, we're just human beings walking in this bitch. So there's nothing special about me. And if you really want to go that I'm so special, motherfucker, I was 400 pounds. So as far as the running part, like I was way worse off than you. Right. So
that's where the special come in, though.
To me, I would say that makes me driven.
Yeah.
Because you could have easily got to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, special means it's completely different.
So you got to understand the story, the transformation. You know what I mean? Like, can't a motherfucker tell you nothing. You know what the driven shit is. Like, you're 400 pounds. You know what I mean?
But does the driven make you special? Like because nobody else.
Technically,
but is that no?
Not everyone is driven.
But that's where you come in again with the transformation to teach them that they are like maybe it is about being driven. Maybe that can be an add-on to the play of transformation. Like it's about drive.
Well, here's the reason why. Because to me, special. See, you make a good point with that second way of looking at it. But the point is if I think that I'm special, that means other motherfuckers can't do it. And here's why I was a little worried about saying I'm special. It's because that's giving you an out to think that I'm something that you are not capable of getting. Like, no, you can work hard too. You're just gonna have to listen to the right people, get your environment right, surround yourself with killer. Whatever you gotta do, maybe you need to pay for someone to be in your ass. But you can I feel like everyone can get driven because I was 417 motherfucking pounds. And now I'm running a 5K a day. So you can't tell me that you can't learn to be dope.
Yeah.
Right. So put that as your main part, the driven
part.
I
wasn't even saying that it was just that other people didn't agree with that. And I'm like, I don't think I'm special. But then you make a good point.
I'm saying I'm special. Fuck it. Like,
Listen, that's how I'm going to feel about
driven.
myself
Like, you feel me? We could do the same thing. We could do the same thing. But I'm driven. So that made me special than what you doing if you sit on the couch, ain't it? Like, you feel
you make a good point.
No. I still don't think I'm all, it's, okay, I do feel like I'm special. But it's only some psychotic shit with myself. It's not really anything to do with you. I still feel like you're special, too. You just don't realize it.
That's more of like what I am. I just don't call it special. I call it like dope.
Yeah, to like you, right.
That is really special though.
Well, hold on.
Because you get special, like until you accomplish the goal, that's especially that other people haven't done. What goal have you accomplished? Well, that's what makes you special. Like, you feel me? What goals have you made?
Tom, can you do me a favor? What is the definition of special? No, I'm serious. No,
that's how we get to it.
I got you, baby.
Hey.
Because and I posted it because I'm like, well, watch. Let's see what he says.
Got.
Hey. My bad for interrupting the podcast, but I gotta throw a little bit of love to CARESNONE.com. You can go in there and get links to the social medias. You got your Instagrams, you got your TikToks, you got your YouTubes, you got all kind of stuff on there. You got links to the wing review. You got links to the audio and video version of the podcast. all kind of stuff on there. And most importantly to me, which is very important to me, is you get your merchandise on there. You can get you a Be Dope shirt just like this. Join the movement. There's a lot of people joining this movement right now. You should be a part of it. And I would really appreciate if you'd be a part of it. This serves as a daily reminder to be the best version of yourself and not give a damn about what these other people think about what it is that you want to do to be the best version of yourself. And for the people watching this right now, use promo code PODCAST and you'll get 20% off your order right now. Right now. For all the people who watching the podcast, you get 20% off right now. Promo code PODCAST. Thank you. See you next time. Now back to the podcast.
All right. Special, better, greater, or otherwise different from what is usual.
Special.
So to me, so the way I think is that third part of that. Could you read that third part one last time?
Better, greater, or otherwise different than what is usual.
Yeah, so what is usual? So I'll say that. But to me, better, I don't know if I don't know if I'm better than you or greater than you. I'm just, because if you want to look at that, I was a lot worse than you, depending on the relativity of what you're looking at. So my point is like, nah, nigga, I ain't better, nigga. You're just human beings, just get it.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe you ain't at that level, and I want to get you to that level.
You thinking of humanity. You are better. Like, you feel me? Like, if you 400 and somebody else is 200, they trying to reach a goal and you surpass them, you better. If I run faster than you, who better? I'm better. Like, if I can win more, like, you feel better. It's like people when some people say they think of an arrogance, but sometimes people come off of arrogance. Like, of course, you ain't. I mean, be humble yourself.
So you're talking about just the actual definition of better is I have done this thing better to you.
Yeah, better.
So you mean maybe I'm thinking more as like
it's a psychology thing that you're thinking of.
That's when it comes to psychology. Now you're thinking of like everybody was talking about they better than me and doing it. No, I am better than you. Like, you feel me? Like who just came out of the baby and them just came out. I'm better than you. Like, you feel me? Because like they do stuff, but they might sell more. Whatever their reason is for them being better than somebody, they do it better. Like, you feel me? You run faster, sell more, whatever.
So I'm coming from this mindset as I'm trying to help people be dope as fuck, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to literally transform them to be
better than themselves.
So that's a good one too.
Like, you feel me? They become better than yourself then.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got to be arrogant with it. You can become better than yourself, though.
Yeah,
you can't become better than necessarily nobody else, but you can become better than somebody else then. I mean, better than yourself.
Yeah, because that makes me feel better about it. Be better than yourself. Because I don't feel like that I'm better than you motherfuckers, but I do feel like, maybe not y'all, because I know y'all, I actually like being around because y'all driven, but like a motherfucker who's not driven. So, like, for instance, where I'm getting at with my body, right? Especially you, because you're like, you might be one of the most confident human beings I know, because I think real confidence if you can go outside completely as yourself. I think that is probably the most confident thing you can do.
Half my day is spent news.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you can go outside and you just 100%, to me, that's like pure confidence.
Yeah.
And I don't know if even killers, even a nigga who's a bodybuilder might have a hard time showing their dick. So, real confidence.
But what type of confidence you talking about, though?
I'm just being in your skin. I think is the ultimate confidence. Like, I'm worthy of being who the fuck I am, or being aware, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like not everyone. I've been working on that, and what helps me get closest to that confidence is even if you laughing at me for what situation I am, which we know 9 times out of 10 they don't even know who the fuck you are.
Right.
But if you have a problem with what you think that I'm doing, but I know that I'm going after it, I'm working on that, it don't matter. Because I know I'm working hard and I'm driven. And to me, that is the quality to have.
And you became better than your first person.
Yeah. So that's what
yourself.
gives me confidence. It's like, wait a minute. What are you doing every day? You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, and because I get a lot of you get some comments online, right? You know how the internet will be.
Right.
And they'll come at, one nigga told me the other day, he's like, man, you fell off. That's what he said. And then I was like, okay.
So who said that in a musical? You say you fell off and that made
Drake.
him go hard. Drake.
That was Drake. I literally played that song and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I fell off. And then if I'm being honest, your first knee-jerk feeling is, why did he say that?
Right. He hates.
Especially I'm talking about as far as a content creator, right? Because you want motherfuckers to like your shit. But then I instantly got back, like, wait a minute. You really gonna give a fuck about this nigga's opinion at the end of the day? So somebody told me this quote once. He said, the key to life is to give a fuck about everyone while not giving a fuck what they think.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that can be hard, especially when you put your content out there to be judged. You know what I'm saying?
That's been hard I've been going that my whole life. I know exactly what you mean. Like, somebody telling you to do one thing, but you going against the grain, basically.
Yeah.
And then people don't like that shit. Kanye. he goes against the grain, and it's like, man, but
that's crazy because you say Kanye, and then he say he's a billionaire, and he goes against the grain. Most people that go against the grain always make it out. So
you're right.
Everybody else, they be with everybody else stuck 9 to 5, whatever.
Right, y'all be on that other shit.
Exactly. So
you just got to get there. But anyways, man. So shout your shit out, man.
So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Ask Reggie B, Ask Reggie B, and then you can follow me on Facebook on Reggie Bishop. So. See,
I might have to come to you for some marketing shit, low key.
Sure. And then you can also follow me on YouTube. I'm coming on a new YouTube channel. I am Reggie Bishop, so you can follow me on there. So
what you gonna be doing on there?
So mostly about like how to brand, and then also how to get like funding for your business. It's like for startups, so that you can start building your brand. But then you got to come up with a psychology about how to spend your money the correct way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
like you get the money, then like it be gone, just like PPP or something like that.
or it's interesting you say that because when let's say you go to work and you get $1,000 on your check, and then you go buy some J's and.
But that's the big thing though. That's at that moment. That's when the people that's the psychology point we got to turn ourselves into. Like instead of buying some J's, you go invest that into something else. Like you feel me? The reason you buying J's is to impress some more motherfuckers you finna go to the club for. And now you gotta go back to work. Like why you going the same?
Right. Because you give a fuck what they think.
Exactly. And people talking about they ain't got no money. You got some money, you just spend on the wrong shit.
On the wrong shit.
Man,
that's where discipline comes in, right? Because then you might be at the fucking register.
Right? Yeah. No, it is hard. That's what I'm saying. That's why I be spending money. But you also got to think about like, first, with me, I always got to make sure if I do spend it. Sometimes I don't want to spend. I don't care how much money I make, but it's like I gotta have assets, like so I ain't even gotta work to stuff coming in, so I feel comfortable with spending that. So it depends on what your lifestyle or what your thinking process is.
You gotta get people into some
especially culturally, but not even just culturally, because people I don't care who fuck you are. You be a little white girl from Naperville and you go buy a Starbucks coffee. You do that every day for a week.
It's culture.
No, I'm not saying, but even that, like, that's not anybody who's trying to make some real money gonna tell you probably shouldn't be buying Starbucks every day.
Yeah, but how about if it's funded by your daddy?
So that's different. If you own that, it's funny. No, but there's some people who like you go work and they spend money on shit that's not investing in themselves. So here's the psychology though. They might be thinking, no, I'm doing this for me because I like how I feel in these days. But it's like, are you really doing it for you?
That's the same thing. I hate when people say this. I'm finna go celebrate because I've been working hard. For what? Like what you do? Like you feel me? Like people say like you feel they got a nice amount of money, but then like you can go further than that. Like people like they got a nice job or something. They might have money coming in. Then they say I'm finna go to the club. I'm finna celebrate because I just got a new car or whatever the case might be. You feel me? Right. That don't make no sense. Like keep going harder. They don't stop though. Like, I understand. Like, but if you got X amount of money, like if you a man, that's different. If you got money. But if you just starting out, people just be trying to figure out like they got like $10,000. Not even feeling like I'm finna go to the club, do this, and then by the time they look at it, money gone. They're like, not gonna invest it. Like you could have been did that. Like,
and now with the whole internet, you can put that money and then it can actually come at you fast as fuck now. Especially you get crypto.
Yeah, but learn what you're doing before you do it though. That'd be the fun. People don't learn before they do it. They just do it. Like you feel like they see other people doing it, they don't even learn into it, read about it, how to do it, how to get nothing. They just do it.
Especially with crypto. Yeah, just hop in there because you think you're gonna get rich overnight, and it's like that ain't how it works. Man. We all learn that the hard way.
Yeah,
you thought you was gonna get rich,
and don't get it wrong, you get lose a lot of that because people don't show the money that they lost though. So you gotta understand both sides of it too though.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, I think when it comes to spending money. You actually, if you put that money like in a skill, like you learn a skill, like for instance, you've put your time and energy and money into learning how to do the advertising.
Yep.
You now know how to do that, which will make you the money. I think where people fuck up in their business, at least from how the mindset was, and as far as self-discipline, is we fuck up what we most want for what we want most right now.
Exactly. I seen this on TikTok when a guy said, you see this all the time, don't buy this, buy this. You feel me? So like buy something like, buy asset, not liability basically. Like don't buy like a $10,000 watch. When you go spend that $10,000, you'll get a Sprinter van or a truck or something and make residual income. Right. And then you can go buy the watch. Like you feel me? Right. Make it what makes sense though.
Right, like do what you want to do. Basically, saying do what you want to do, but have some assets.
Yeah, for sure. Like you can do what you want to do. Like, of course, everybody gonna spend their money how they want to. Like,
it's just energy. It's supposed to be spent. It's not supposed to be in your pocket.
Yeah, just make sure you spend it the right way.
Ooh, that's a bar right there. Yeah, it's supposed to move though, because it is. Yeah, and it can't be destroyed too.
Yeah. Right.
Energy can only be moved.
Keep that bitch moving. Stop hoarding it.
D, where can they find you, man?
You can catch me actually in a pretty cool verse now. That's where I'll be.
That's a pretty cool verse.
Prettycoolverse.com.
There you go. Tom, where can they find you, man?
Chicago Podcast Studio, baby. Or if you want to look at my other company, it's Innova Digital.
Ooh, that's a sexy name, Innova Digital. Is it Innova or Nova?
INNOVA, so Innova.
Yeah, Innova. I thought that was a sexy name. You can find me at caresnone.com, IG or any social media at Chris Cares None.
Flex some merch. Tell them about the merch. You brought merch.
Get you some merch. Yeah, get you some
buy the merch. This man funny as hell, man.
Hey, get the merch.
Spend some money.
Well, hold on. Well, and here's what's crazy. Here's what's crazy. As far as I've done this change because Cares None started, if I'm being honest, with saying Cares. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say.
Like that. That's what the first thing I thought about when I seen this shit. Like,
Right.
I don't give a fuck about nobody.
And I'm still gonna do me. And I'll be honest. Yeah. I'm learning it more and more as I go. To be honest, the brand was really made for me because it helps me. Yeah. Fucking it reminds me.
And it helps other people like you.
It helps people like me.
Yeah.
So everything I be talking about online and social media, I be talking to myself. All that shit is to me. Yeah. And if anyone so helping to get that shit, then cool. But yeah, shout out to the merch, man. I got some new shit on there. I got some new shit coming out.
I made that black one too, though. I'm gonna have to buy one of them off the site or something.
This one for a code right here. Like so, as always,
yeah.
Cares None.
Yeah.
D. Eric Body Beats. It's a